Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to fix a electric stove that had its handle broken. So this is the knob. The old one is made out of plastic and it just eventually it broke, and once it breaks, you know, the plastic, you can't really repair it. I mean, you could try, but it was in many pieces. So here's the replacement I made. Even if you do decide to repair the old one, maybe with some glue, this video will help you, show you how to put things back together. So I made this out of I just shaped this steel, and you'll see why I shaped it like I did with a hook at the end. And this is a plastic cap of some sorts that that'll replace the knob. So first things first, we're gonna have to take see the inside of this electric stove. Let's identify all the screws and remove them. There aren't too many. And you should probably wear latex gloves when you do this, because if you use your stove a lot, it might be greasy. I just like getting my hands dirty. Put your screws in like a cup or some place where you're not going to lose them, because sometimes finding the parts takes longer than fixing the thing. So don't waste your time looking for stuff. Okay, so I took out about, let's see, 3, 4, 5 screws. And I'm able to remove the bottom of this. This is a cheap electric stove. I'm sure there are many that look like it. Alright, now we can see what this looks like. It is pretty simple here. You got 2 hot plates. There's a little one and a big one. This knob here, if you twist it, so this will turn when you turn the knob, and it will trigger the stove to turn on and turn off at some point. And my guess is this purple stuff will control the resistance and heat up the plates. But that's just all guesses. So the reason I made this hook here is so that when I put this in, there's a little notch inside this. I'm not sure if you could see it, but there's a notch that this hook is going to go inside. So if I put this here, the hook is supposed to go inside there. Right? And then when you turn the knob, it'll turn this thing. And that's kind of modeled after the manufacturer's one. Theirs looks a lot. Looks like it's actually soldered on or something. Obviously not very well because the old one came off. But I'm not going to do that. I tried soldering it on and it just wouldn't stick. The metals, they don't like each other or something. So I bought steel stick. This JB Weld should do the trick. It is rated for temperatures up to 350, and I don't think it's going to get that high here, so it should be fine. So I'm going to open this. Steel reinforced epoxy putty. They claim it's the world's strongest bond. Okay, so it's a hand mixable steel reinforced non-rusting putty. We have to cut the required amount, wear gloves, thoroughly knead putty with fingers, press putty firmly to the surface to be repaired. Alright, simple enough. I'm not going to need very much, basically just enough to hold that hook in place that I showed you. So you open that up, look at that. It's like one of those like cream filled donuts, you know. That looks good. So we're going to cut off just a little bit, like I said, because we don't need very much to accomplish what we want. So I'm going to do this, use a little saw, take off a loaf of steel putty, and knead it. Okay, no, you guys should probably use gloves. I'm sacrificing my body for the benefit of you viewers. Just kidding. I just like touching putty. Okay, so once you mix it, it gets this has this grayish appearance because the outer and the inner are mixed, and I think that starts a chemical reaction that will eventually harden this. And Jesus, I made way too much. Okay guys, don't use as much as I did. I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to insert this knob here. Okay, so that looks good. And I'm going to surround this with the epoxy. Basically just make sure that it fills every nook and cranny between my homemade hook and the knob. Okay, make sure you're still able to turn it. We don't want this putty to stick onto the parts that aren't the knob. And make sure that when you turn it, the putty doesn't like touch other parts of the stove, or else, because when it hardens, it's not going to be able to turn anymore. So I noticed I have a little too much, so I'm going to pinch off a little bit there and lay it aside and shape it with like a little stick here. Okay, just try to use just enough. Okay, I'm going to test it by turning it. Make sure I'm able to turn it completely. Okay, that looks okay. Okay, now once you're satisfied that that is correct, we're gonna let it rest. I'm gonna support the knob so that once the putty hardens, it's not tilted at an angle. So I'm gonna put some some things underneath here so we get that nice and straight. Okay, all right. Okay, I will come back in a few hours. According to this sheet, it takes 3 to 5 minutes to set. So I will come back in a few and update you on how it looks.